Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us on this Paranormal Pit Stop. Tonight, we'll be exploring a popular music venue located off of South 4th Street in downtown Louisville, Kentucky, that's renowned as one of the oldest surviving of such venues in its sweeping city, and that's recognized for its unique decor, which features a curved vaulted ceiling and no less than 139 sculptures of faces of historical figures, surrounded in a wealth of local legends telling of ghostly apparitions that roam its bounds after dark. Are you sure you're ready to brave the history and hauntings of the Louisville Palace Theatre? Historically, on September 1st of 1928, what was then known as the Lowe's and United Artists State Theatre, which was designed under esteemed architect John Eberson, would open its doors to the public in the entertainment district of Louisville, as a first-run movie house that symbolized every ounce of grandeur the old Hollywood had to offer. The Lowe's would rise quickly in popularity and would retain its reputation through the 1960s, when, amidst a boom in alternate entertainment venues, its attendance would start to dwindle. In 1963, the theater's balcony was partitioned off and transformed into a separate penthouse theater, with the main theater being re-established as the Lowe's Palace Theatre instead. However, despite this attempted revamp, both theaters would fail to pull profit and would fall further and further into disrepair, until through the mid-1970s, they were forced to close their doors. Subsequently, the site would be purchased by one John Siegel, who would restore the balcony and reopen the expanse in 1981 as the cherished live entertainment venue, the Louisville Palace Theatre. And while John would pour his all into this project, the theater would only manage to stay open off and on, before, in 1985, it was again forced to shut down, with high maintenance bills and constant required repairs actually resulting in 1991 in Siegel having to file for bankruptcy. While following this closure, the property would quickly be swooped up by Sunshine Theater Incorporated. It wouldn't again reopen its doors until 1994, after which it would be passed through several owners until 2005 when it was purchased by entertainment company Live Nation, who has since fully restored the building and retains ownership to this day. The Louisville Palace Theatre remains open to the public, offering an unparalleled setting for live performances, concerts, events, summer cinema oldies, and so much more. Rather classically, the whole of the Louisville is rumored to be haunted quite simply by the spirits of owners, workmen, staff, and patrons who cherished it in lives since past, and those who have frequented theater grounds have reported a range of supernatural phenomena, including doors that open and close on their own, instances of lights flicking on and off spontaneously and leaving all present in total darkness, and disembodied footsteps heard emanating down empty hallways. Two more commonly encountered entities on site are easily that of a pair of mischievous children, who have been observed running and playing about at night, and whose laughter and little footsteps are often detected after close from somewhere just out of sight. And while these tiny phantoms have been known to tug at clothing or give small shoves to the unsuspecting, they're considered to be mostly harmless by staff, and these actions are believed to be their way of having fun in the afterlife. Several informal investigations of the Louisville Palace have yielded high EMF levels, odd fluctuations on thermal grids, and orbs and strange silhouettes captured in photography and video, while a handful of additional reports detail objects sighted moving on their own, disembodied voices heard from vacant rooms, and issues with well-maintained electronics or abnormal battery death rates in cell phones. The translucent figure of a woman in an old-fashioned gray dress has been spied drifting the halls. The ghost of a man in 1930s attire has been spotted on the balcony. A chilling, faceless woman in a blue 1940s-era gown has been observed climbing the mezzanine lobby stair, and many tell of run-ins with the manifestation of one Ferdinand Fred Frisch, an employee who perished on site in 1965 to a heart attack in his basement office. The ghost of Fred often appears in his work clothing with a flat-top haircut and older-styled glasses, and is usually so solid-looking that he's often mistaken as just another living staff member or an actor by those not privy to his legend. Lastly, another commonly encountered and popular presence at the Louisville Palace Theatre is undoubtedly that of one dubbed Bernie by staff, who it's said dwells in the projection room and likes to keep an eye on new staff members. Sometimes, Bernie can get a bit handsy with female workers, who have felt taps on their shoulders or the unmistakable feeling of unseen hands playing with their hair. Adversely, it's also claimed Bernie isn't exactly fond of men, and those who have crossed him have either been shoved or have even had doors slammed in their faces. Thanks for tuning in for this Paranormal Pit Stop. If you enjoyed listening to our histories and ghost stories, subscribe to our channel, like this upload, and share us with anyone you think could use a good scare. Pleasant dreams.